Hi, subscribe to the channel. New stories every day. Let's get started. My name is Cole Harding. I'm 32, living in a cozy Midwestern suburb with my wife, Daisy, 30, and our 4-year-old son, Tommy. I guess we live what outsiders would call an ordinary life. I handle its support at a local bank. Daisy stays home wrangling Tommy, our energetic little rocket, and we pay our mortgage, argue about groceries, occasionally have date nights, same old, same old. Or at least it used to be that way, until a certain pair of panties showed up in my car and caused the most bizarre dinner scene of my life. I was exhausted the night it happened. My shift had run late due to a messy software update, so I half stumbled through the front door. Tommy was perched on the couch, swinging his legs, greeting me with a loud daddy. Daisy was in the kitchen, stirring something on the stovetop, and without so much as a hello, she flashed me a look I couldn't interpret. It wasn't anger, but it wasn't delight either. Some sort of contained mischief twinkled in her eyes. Long day, she asked in a tone that sounded suspiciously calm. Yeah, I replied, pulling off my shoes. System meltdown at the bank. Spent hours fixing it. I'm starving. Smells good in here. She gave me a peculiar smile. Great, dinner's just about ready. Wash up and I'll set the table. Now, this might sound normal, but Daisy usually demands a kiss or complains that I'm late. This was too calm, too sweet, as if she was stage managing a scene. I decided to humor her. Maybe she was in a good mood, or maybe something was up. I glimpsed her rummaging in a plastic bag by the counter, some leftover container from the store. I shrugged it off and went to wash my hands, noticing the water on the sink was scalding. Strange, but I chalked it up to my overthinking. When your wife's vibe is off, you start seeing weird significance in everything. Dinner's served, she called, summoning me to the dining room. The table was set with 2 bowls of soup. Tommy was apparently having mac and cheese in the living room. Some show on TV kept him occupied. We do that sometimes. Let him have a treat while we have adult conversation. So it was just me and Daisy, candle flickering between us. She insisted on lighting candles for soup night. Another odd detail, the tension thrummed in the air. I lowered myself onto the chair, inhaling the aroma, chicken and vegetable nice. Daisy sat across from me, resting her chin on her interlaced fingers, studying me as if she was about to watch a grand show. Looks delicious, I murmured, picking up the spoon. My stomach rumbled. Without further ado, I dipped the spoon in and scooped up some broth. As the spoon neared my lips, something pinkish began to surface from the depths of the bowl. My eyes widened and I stared at a lacy piece of fabric swirling around in the soup. I froze. Daisy remained silent, an eerie smile on her face. Slowly, I realized these were women's panties drifting in my dinner. For a few moments, my mind blanked out. Then I jerked back, letting the spoon clatter. Wet was all I managed. She leaned forward calmly, as if she was a hostess unveiling a secret ingredient. Cole, dear, don't you want to finish your soup? The smirk on her face was half amused, half challenge. Is that underwear? I blurted. My heart hammered. What the? Daisy, did you? She raised an eyebrow. Yeah, I found them in your car this morning. Care to explain whose they are? The color must have drained from my face. My mind reeled, rummaging for an explanation. These sure as heck aren't Daisy's. She preferred cotton briefs in pastel colors or occasionally something lacy, but definitely not that hot pink thong floating in the soup. Another bizarre detail, there was a tiny bow near the waistband. Daisy never wore that style, I was certain. Wait, hold on, this is not. I have no idea, Daisy. I stuttered, half laughing out of raw nerves. I let out a short, incredulous chuckle as adrenaline kicked in. You put them in my soup. That's your tactic. She flicked her spoon at them, swirling them around. Well, it definitely got your attention, didn't it? The question is, whose panties are these, Cole? I stared at them, half horrified, half wanting to die from embarrassment. Then, amid the swirling confusion, a thought clicked. My car had been borrowed last week by my brother Kyle. He needed a ride for a date night after his own car broke down. Did Kyle have a fling in my backseat? Could that be it? Suddenly, relief and an odd comedic wave washed over me. I started chuckling, which turned into near laughter. Daisy's face twisted in confusion at my reaction. Why are you laughing? She snapped. Are you mocking me or something? I tried to catch my breath. No, sorry. I covered my eyes, tears of laughter forming. I think I know exactly whose these are. Her glare intensified. Oh, do tell, because I'd love to hear how you rationalize this. I gave Kyle, my brother, my car last week, remember? He asked for it to take that girl out. I bet they ended up hooking up or something. God, that's just like him to forget a pair of panties in my seat. I exhaled, half laughing again. I can't believe this. She blinked, not sure if she believed me. Your brother hooking up in your car, leaving these behind. That's your story. Yes, and that's my story. I roared with laughter. The entire scenario too absurd. I swear on everything, Daisy, I've never even seen these in my life. You know me, I'm not the type to cheat. Ask Kyle. She stared at me, searching my face. I fumbled for my phone, still occasionally giggling at the ridiculousness. Here, let's just call him right now. Fine, she said warily. Let's do it. So there I am, phone in hand, with a half-floating fountain in my soup bowl, Daisy across from me, arms folded. I dialed Kyle on speaker. He answered with a casual, "Hey bro, what's up?" "Kyle," I said, trying to keep a straight face. "I'm gonna ask you something bizarre. Did you do anything in my car with your date last week? Like, intimately?" He coughed. "What are you? Oh man, is this about the thong asterisk asterisk?" His voice shrank. "God, is that what you found?" Daisy's eyes flared. She mouthed, "I told you," or something. Meanwhile, I barked out a laugh. "So it's true." Yeah." He cleared his throat, obviously mortified. "I'm sorry, I was meaning to clean up, but I guess I forgot." "Kyle, you left it in my car," I exclaimed, half laughing, half exasperated. "My wife found it. It's in the flipping soup right now." "Soup?" he echoed, voice squeaking. "Dude, I'm so sorry. This is insane." I heard him rustling around, presumably covering the phone, whispering an apology to someone. The thong belongs to..." He paused. "Her? She's right here." Now a new voice joined in, female, giggling anxiously. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot that in the backseat." I pressed speaker louder so Daisy could hear. Daisy started reeling, but also a glimmer of acceptance showed in her eyes. She realized my story was legit. The unknown woman stammered, "I'm really sorry, ma'am. They're definitely mine. I had no idea your husband's brother would be so sloppy." "Sloppy is right," I teased, tears of laughter returning. "You guys gave me a full-blown meltdown at dinner. My wife basically served these panties in my soup as a confrontation." I glimpsed Daisy's expression shifting from anger to something akin to relief. Then she snorted a laugh herself. The absurdity was unstoppable. "Mason, you better treat your bro to a new car wash." The thong's owner joked awkwardly. "I can only imagine the trouble we caused." "We?" Kyle said, sounding flustered. "You're the one who left them." I heard him yelp, presumably from her elbow jab. Daisy rolled her eyes but stifled a grin. "Anyway, sorry again," Kyle said quickly. "Leo, I'll pay for the soup or whatever." I exhaled. "No worries. Just next time, let's keep personal items personal." "Deal," he said sheepishly. We hung up. Silence settled in the dining room for a moment. Daisy rubbed her temples, then started giggling softly, as if the tension had shattered. "Wow, I guess I owe you an apology too." I shook my head, smiling. "I get it. It looked really bad from your side. But I literally put them in your soup," she pointed out, bursting into laughter at the memory. "I can't believe I did that." I joined her in laughter. We sure have a story to tell if we ever trust each other to keep secrets again. "So," she said, clearing her throat, "should we sign the divorce papers now?" Her voice was half joking, half not. She'd apparently been bracing for the worst. "I did basically accuse you of cheating." "Divorce," I teased, arching an eyebrow. "Nah, I think we can do better. I'd like to keep you around. See what other insane dinner stunts you come up with." She grinned sheepishly. Admittedly, that was petty and insane. "And also kinda comedic," I gave a wry grin. "Well, let's not do that again, okay?" She let out a breath of relief, moving to place her hand on mine. "Deal. I promise no more underwear in the soup unless it's a special occasion." We both cracked up. The tension had evaporated like a balloon popping. For the next few moments, we just sat there, occasionally glancing at the soggy thong in the bowl and shaking our heads with laughter. Our son, hearing the commotion, ran in from the living room saying, "Mommy, Daddy, what's so funny?" We quickly told him it was a grown up joke, and he gave us a suspicious little boy look, then demanded more mac and cheese. Typical. Epilogue. A surprising twist. That night, Daisy and I curled up on the couch, rehashing the entire fiasco. She admitted how her jealousy soared seeing me so busy at work. She breathed stories about wives finding physical evidence of cheating and had half hoped to catch me red-handed or at least teach me some lesson about ignoring her. Instead, she found panties that belonged to my brother's fling. The entire plan boomeranged. Meanwhile, I reminded her that a single conversation might have averted the meltdown. That said, I also realized I'd been absent, focusing on work and ignoring the tension. Maybe, ironically, the panty soup fiasco served as a weird turning point, forcing us to talk more honestly. As for Kyle, he never lived it down. At the next family gathering, he scurried away whenever Daisy teased him about his car escapades. The thong's rightful owner apparently turned into Kyle's on and off girlfriend. She, too, was mortified to have inadvertently sparked a near marriage crisis. We parted ways that night, me and Daisy heading to bed with a sense of relief. The next morning, I caught her giggling at the memory, still shaking her head. Leo promised me one thing, she said over breakfast. If you ever discover random panties again, just tell me directly. I laughed deal, and if you ever suspect I'm messing around, please skip the stoop garnish. We toasted with our coffee mugs, the tension of the night before replaced by renewed closeness. I realized marriage can be comedic, painful, and downright ridiculous sometimes, but maybe that's part of the adventure. We survived a bizarre panty fiasco, still intact, and with a story we'd laugh about for years to come.